Rodtang at one point said, though, that they had forged his signature on documents.
Yeah.
And I love Rodtang says, I can't even read English. And I'm like, well, I'll bet you can read English with time to cash them checks. I'm like, what do you mean you don't read English? Stop.
He hangs out with Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly.
His life has been just one amazing adventure after another.
Welcome once again to another edition of the Stand-Up Guys. I am Patrick Robles. He is Edge Brown. Edge, happy Monday, sir.
Happy Monday there, Pat. I was away yesterday. I had a little vacation getaway in most unlikely destination, Sacramento.
Yeah, checks notes, Sacramento. Yes. how was Sacramento?
Sacramento was pretty good, actually.
Okay. You know what they say, first prize, a week in Sacramento. Second prize, 2 weeks in Sacramento.
That's about right.
No, so we do apologize for being a day late, but we are going to make up for it in content, especially in a bunch of kickboxing content. We're going to start real quick with a cleanup. It was brought to my attention that I need to start saying Myanmar instead of Miramar. Now, I cannot guarantee that I won't say Miramar again,
yeah, exactly.
but it is Myanmar. We cannot, in good conscience, tell our listeners to go visit Myanmar, can we?
No, we can't.
But
yeah.
I did dig up some fun facts about Myanmar. So we're going to talk about is formerly Burma, changed its name in 1989. It's home to Bagan, which is so like over 2,000 temples spread across the plain. They drive on the right side of the road. Most of the cars are right-hand drive. Nobody knows why. But most importantly, and for this show, the home of Lathway, Burmese boxing, which is like Muay Thai, but with headbutts and just
no gloves, just wraps.
Just wraps.
Yeah.
And no judges. Either it's a KO or it's a draw.
Yeah, kind of thing. I've actually went to those bouts. Actually, I've actually saw those live.
In your younger days, would you have participated in a Lathway?
No, I think that was a little too crazy for me. Even for me, that was a little too crazy.
And that does.
But there's a couple of American guys that have been down there and have competed and done pretty well in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Master Toddy's guy? I forget the guy's name. The white dude.
Ben Garcia.
Yeah. There's another white dude out of Vegas. I think he's done that too.
There's a couple of those guys. There's Ben and.
But also, a lot of our favorite one fighters are from Myanmar, including one of our favorites, Mway.
Mway, yeah.
So all those guys are certifiably tough. So that is your
definitely
Myanmar deep dive.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
And what else you got for us, Edge?
I just want to give a shout out to Shadisha Green. She had a boxing fight which was on ESPN. It was one of the MVP promotions by Jake Paul, and she got knocked out and had a bleed on the brain, so that was pretty scary. Now she's recovering. I mean, she's talking. She put out a statement saying that she's fine, and she's on the way to a full recovery, so we wish her well.
We do, and we will definitely check up on her. And yeah, the fact that she's even given a statement, it's good stuff.
That's good, yes. It's so close after the incident, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start the show, and like I said, we're going to be kickboxing heavy. We've been lagging on that lately, and part of the problem is that you or I we're kickboxing free agents. Glory has burned us one too many times, so we're trying to find something new. So we went ahead and checked out the last K-1 thing, and we are going to really, really get into this deep. Yeah. So when we started, it was kind of an empty arena, and it turns out it was 6 hours long. So first question, did you watch all 6 hours?
I did not watch all 6 hours.
Okay, no. I did, but and also I won't be watching all 6 hours again. So in the future, we will not be doing all 6 hours.
That's a lot of fights.
Yeah, so I did watch all 6 hours. Before we even start, was there anything? So this was K-1, I think. I forget what was this called. It was the most recent K-1 thing. Was there anything that immediately jumped out at you? Just anything that you noticed?
It looked like it was very well promoted. The setup was really good. They didn't try to go too extravagant on the setup, but it was clear, and the television, the pay-per-view was really well run, and the fights were clear and the corners were clear. You could see everything really well. I kind of was impressed by the way they put it out there. Yeah,
so I pretty much me is the same thing. It was the pacing. It was amazing. I actually timed it at one point from a fighter exiting to the literal next bell was under 5 minutes.
That's great.
And they were reading the score so fast. I thought it was edited.
Yeah.
Because it was like under 30 seconds.
Yeah,
they
you
were
get
like,
them out there.
And last but not least, I really like the fighter identification, which was just they had red gloves versus blue gloves.
Yes.
And that's always a problem, I think, especially you take a boxing match, like if it's a big pay-per-view, we know who the main event guys are. But when it's kind of the undercard, they'll do like just the stripe with the color, and I'm like, well, they both have stripes. What do you do? So I love red gloves versus blue gloves.
Yeah, I think one does that well as well. They put the tape on, right?
Yeah,
on
exactly.
The but these having the color gloves, which K-1 always had, it makes a big difference in the viewership of it. You know, who's who straight away.
It just made it a lot easier. So just what jumped out at me, pacing and those colored gloves. So we're going to start real quick with a historical overview. You don't need one. I don't need one. Yeah. Our listeners don't need one, but we'll just start with a little context anyway. Pre-K-1, Japan had kickboxing and karate, but had no unified global system. So Kazuyoshi Ishii comes around and he decides he wants to have a one-night tournament across disciplines, definitely internationally across countries, and you're going to find out who the person is in one night. And K-1 was born in 93. We had all-timers. Andy Hoog's always at the top of my list.
Yeah, well, Andy Hoog was actually a student of Mr. Ishii. So he was doing Kukushinkai with Mr. Ishii.
Right.
So he was one of the favorite students.
Yeah. I could see why, too.
Yeah.
We also we have Peter Ertz, Ernesto Hoos, Krokop, Bonjowski, Sammy Shute, Badahari, who's actually still in glory, Jerome LeBanner, Ray Sefo, who was co-commentator on this most recent one, and Mark Hunt. So it was a huge success, and they added middleweights, and for some reason they called it Max. I've never understood why
Max,
why Max. I would have called it like Little Max or something. To me, that is the Pacquiao era, right? But also you had Masoto, Petrosian, Andy Sauer, Robert Krause, and how was K-1 viewed in England? So for here it was kind of more of a VHS phenomenon, meaning you'd like either borrow a tape from someone or you'd rent a tape. But did they just show K-1 out in England?
They had it on late at night on the sports thing. You could catch it late at night.
Right.
But it's the same thing again. It was the VHS thing that you get copies of tapes and stuff. But they did show them late at night, which is usually like a month or so after the actual event.
Right.
So it wasn't like live.
Yeah. So I guess by 2012, it was basically dead is because of overexpansion. You had Pride, you had MMA, and you just had shifting interests. So now they're in a rebirth, and the rebirth has been they got bought by M1 Sports Media, international focus, and a big thing is an open door policy, which is they want you to go to other promotions.
Yeah.
So they're cross promoting with Rise, with Risen, just with everything, and they're doing a global expansion. You got Carlos Kikuta, I believe, and I think Ishii is back too as a advisor or something.
Yeah.
So that is where we are. I just wanted to kind of do all that, and so we watched pay-per-view, which was on Abema TV. Abema is basically Japan's version of live streaming with some pay-per-view stuff. Did you watch it on your TV? Did you watch it on a tablet? How'd you watch it?
On a tablet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I streamed from my tablet to my TV, which we did with the one. Yeah. So, and I was wondering, why doesn't Abema TV have like an app for the TVs? So I looked into this, and this is where we start to feel old. Basically, kids today just watch everything on their tablet. They don't watch stuff on TV. So Abema TV could do it, but they're like, why? People watch it on their apps and their phones.
Their phones and their tablets,
And then it's just kind of a pain because you have to do an app for each like brand, like you have to Samsung, LG, whatever. So it's just a whole thing, and they probably take a piece of it. So it's easier just to keep it all in house. So that's why they didn't. So anyway, I watched it on my TV. When I streamed it through my iPad, it was most likely streaming at 1080p, 50, 60 frames per second, 5.8 megabytes per second. Do you understand what all that means?
Not really.
What it means is it was clearer than when we watch one on YouTube. So it's clearer than YouTube, not as clear as Netflix, which streams at actually 4K, and it's basically on par with Amazon and DAZN, which is just what it looked to me too. Did it kind of look the same to you?
Same thing,
yeah. And it was $9.99. Definitely worth $9.99. Yes,
definitely worth it.
Okay. We talked about pacing. Also, I love the commentators. That was Chavello, Michael Chavello, and Ray Sefo. And Chavello's great.
Chavello's always great.
And Chavello was the commentator originally for K-1, was he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, yes.
And then we know him from...
He done some one as well, right?
Yeah. And we know him from Lion Fight as well.
Yeah.
And what I noticed about Chavello is he's the perfect, blend of enthusiasm and knowledge.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do it. I'm talking to you, Max Kellerman, without sounding like a shill. You can sound enthusiastic and give like a lot of information and not sound like just a total shill, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And Chavello's got so much experience. Well, so does Kellerman. That Kellerman doesn't have to do what he's doing now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just thought they both sounded great. They're clearly like on a separate channel, though.
Yeah, it sounded that way.
Yeah. So, and then the atmosphere kind of probably could have been a little better, but I think that's a Japanese thing, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I think it's like even like towards main events, there were people missing from seats. It wasn't sold out.
Yeah,
but it was a nice sized arena. So it looked pretty decent. They didn't try and go too big, but the crowd was responsive and they were loud.
But they're always just like it's not like when it's your countrymen where they're just all singing and
all Mexicans and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think there is a cultural thing.
Yeah, but Japan usually over there they quiet between rounds and they applaud during the break. But they were pretty receptive.
And I just think the other thing is they were kind of missing the superstars that they like the Hoogs and the Ertz and whatever. I mean, I think that'll come with time, but there really wasn't that recognizable superstar.
No, but this is a good...
it's a good roster.
Good roster. The way they brought it back is good. I think for the first one, I think it was... they did one last year as well?
Yeah, I think they've done some tournaments and some acts. I mean, it never technically stopped, but this is now, as of last year, this is the rebranding. Yes, So
for that, I think it was very, very good.
Yeah, I'd like to see a few more international fighters, and we can do away with the karate and the MMA.
Oh yeah.
The karate was bad, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, don't call a full contact if you can't punch in the face, and then I guess they're trying to be traditional with the gi, but all it does is like turn into like loose pajamas. You know, it's just not for what they're trying to do. You can't.
Yeah, but for us, there's no audience for that. But there's still a big audience for traditional karate.
Is there?
There is.
Okay.
Yeah, they've even got the. I've tried to do it online now, but they have the magazines called Traditional Karate, and the traditional karate guys still like to watch their stuff, and they're still into it.
All right. Well, so I can expect some more karate breaks.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call them karate breaks. All right. I might be fast forwarding through the karate breaks. Fair enough. I want to give them a shout out on their heavyweight quality. I'm looking at you you can have heavyweights and not, they can still be a little chubby or whatever, but you don't have to have them looking like just slobs.
And they can actually have stamina and technique.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So with that in mind, we could have reviewed a lot of fights, but I'm actually want to skip ahead to our mention, Mona Kimura, who went viral.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to link to her highlights, but basically she was the second quote-unquote Chun-Li of the night from Street Fighter, but she did the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're on the one leg.
On one leg, the taekwondo move and just snapping that kick out. And she's very effective with it.
And I'm just like, could you press down and X? You press down and X and she can't do that. I mean, everyone knows down and X, and you're done, man. I don't know what UG Choi was doing, man. But you got to sweep it, man.
I don't know. She probably never played Street Fighter before, so she didn't know how to play it.
Yeah, so I was getting pretty frustrated. Just down and X, and she's done. Anyway, it was actually her little. She won, by the way, but it's just very effective. And
she got a good punch too.
Yeah, exactly.
Her left cross is very effective,
and she's definitely someone you can market, so I'm sure we'll see more of her. And
well, she went viral for a reason, right?
Exactly.
It was entertaining.
All right, so first review, what is Lyra Nagasaka versus Ryunosuke Saito, and let's see, Nagasaka was actually supposed to be the KO artist, was supposed to be the guy coming in. He had a taekwondo background, and he got 2 knockdowns, and you thought this was okay. He's gonna
got a little too overconfident, I think.
Yeah, and this guy Saito comes back down, knocks him down, wins via second round KO. It was an amazing fight.
That was a good fight. A very good fight. Yeah.
Just especially because he's like, okay, this guy Nagasaka is going to finish him. And
when I was watching, I thought he was like a mismatch kind of thing. And
right,
then,
exactly.
And then the next thing you know.
And it was at the point in the card where you have the sort of mismatches. You want to build up your superstar, which, by the way, I think they were trying to do. I think Saito kind of screwed it up for him.
Yeah, I think Saito read the script that they had planned for him, so
yeah.
he did his own thing.
So, yeah, it was a great fight. Next one we want to talk about, and these were the big boys. Ariel, Machado, and Claudio Istrate. And Istrate with just one of the best sucker punches you're ever going to see.
Oh, goodness.
Like, he almost hit the ref all the way. Like,
well, even when he's holding the guy's leg, the referee came in to break him, and the referee hadn't breaking him. And on the break, he threw like 3 punches. The last one was flush.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he's getting disqualified. But like,
well, and that's the thing. So, Machado was down, probably out for a second or two.
Yeah.
But woozy and like, okay, you cannot let this fight go. But
yeah.
I don't know what their standards are in Japan. He got a yellow card. I don't know what. Do we know what the yellow card's about? Or
I think they took a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know whether the yellow card is well a warning.
Yeah, I don't like the yellow card. This ain't soccer. There's like
and then they took a point as well. So. Yeah.
But anyway, there's no way they should have let this go, but they let it go, and now I'm openly ruined for Machado because And sure enough, he comes back, drops Istrate, and then drops him with a leg kick.
Yeah.
And it was over.
Yeah, he was beating the shit out of him with the leg kicks and it was punches as well. He was nailing him. He was going around his guard, hitting him with heavy right hand. So
yeah, and Istrate definitely got a little tired too. That can happen with the big boys.
Yeah.
But hey, sometimes the fight gods get it right, do they not?
Oh, they got it right that time.
Yeah, they can be cruel. So that was really fun. Then this was not the main event, but it was pretty close, which is Jonas Salsicha versus Darryl Verdonk. And basically, Verdonk got dropped again, and it was like, okay, we're just counting the moments until this thing ends. But Verdonk just would not go away. And he would land a couple of counters. All of a sudden, in the third, he drops Salsicha.
Yeah, has been in big trouble.
And if that fight had gone another round or two, Salsicha would have been done.
If it was a 5-round fight, it would have been a different outcome. But like I got to say, in the first couple of rounds, he took such a beating.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how he was taking that. He's one tough kid because he was getting beaten around, punches, push kicks, everything he was getting hit with, and he just kept on trying.
Yeah, and he even when he's getting beaten, he'd kind of get a punch in, and you'd just be like, "Oh, that's good. He's going down swinging," and you much respect, but. My God,
he could take a. I mean, he could take a beat. I've never seen somebody that tough taking that much of a beating for a long time.
And Salsicha got to learn how to stop playing with his food. I mean, you got the guy hidden, you got the guy hurt. You got to finish it. But
you got to question his power though.
Exactly.
I mean, if you hit a guy that cleanly that many times, you should actually have him out of there.
Right. So absolutely. Just great fight. Now, there's a lot of other stuff we could talk about, but we got it. We do have to keep it moving. But final thoughts on the K-1. I mean, we're definitely going to go back to it, right?
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was good. I was entertained by watching it, so it was kind of, I mean, I skipped the MMA and the karate, but, most of it I was pretty entertained by the fight.
Is our radar off, though, because Glory's just been so bad? Do we...
Probably. I mean, last year there was a K-1 event, but we didn't pay much attention to it.
No.
But this one was very good, and I'm glad we did cover it because it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah. So, hey, go along with the ride for us. We hope you watch it, and we will continue to give them oxygen, and hopefully this really is a rebirth. We're really looking forward to it.
I hope it is a rebirth.
And also, I just want to say, $9.99. Now we're talking pay-per-view prices. Because like I said, I used to rent VHS tapes, so I'm used to spending $5 or $6 anyway. So $9.99 for 6 hours. There was a bit of an intermission, but for 6 hours and 17, 18 fights. Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yeah,
that's value for money.
Yep. All right, so now we're going to start moving on to boxing. Now, we had a Netflix card, and we will cover the whole card, but, I mean, there's really only one guy we got to start with. Your boy, your people.
Are you talking about Conor Benn?
Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis. Do we want to get through just the fight real quick? Because there's not much to talk about.
Not much happened. Prograis was injured before the fight, which was, heavily reported, and he didn't come in there with much But then Conor Benn didn't do much.
Yeah, and also Prograis. I mean, even if he wasn't injured, I just think he's washed.
He's done, yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting that Conor Benn, when he's fighting Chris Eubanks, hey, we got to have rehydrations.
Yeah.
And now when it benefits him, we don't need rehydrations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, because Prograis was going up too.
Yeah,
So
to 150.
Yeah, Conor Benn did not look good. And then I had a real problem with the entrance, by the way. Look, main event, do your thing. This guy walked in with a full orchestra.
Yeah.
It's like, would you get your ass to the ring? I mean, I know he's trying to make the guy wait and whatever, but dude, it's a 10-round undercard, non-championship fight. You should not get an orchestra. That should just be banned, like straight away. Can I have an orchestra? No, you cannot have an orchestra.
I think Conor Benn, though, he's got especially from the post-fight response, he's got definitely a fan problem.
Yeah.
The stuff he's done in the past with the testing positive for the PEDs, and then the way he's leaving Matchroom and going to Zuffa for the money. I think a lot of people have soured on him and the way he's been acting. Mm-hmm. It's detrimental to himself, actually.
Right.
Well, if his pockets are okay.
Yeah,
which is all I think is all he thinks about.
Well, now all these welterweights are they want to beat each other up just for the chance to fight him after seeing him. It sounds like it'll be Garcia next.
I don't think he will.
You don't think so?
No, we just signed a 5-fight deal with Zuffa. If he goes in there with Garcia, I think Garcia will take care of him pretty easily.
I totally agree. Yeah.
If they sign a 5-fight deal with him, there's no way they're putting him with Garcia. Yeah, any boxing person around knows that Conor Benn is very limited, and especially after fighting at 168 or whatever, and then coming down now, you can tell he's having trouble making the weight. So I think at 147, he'll have a big problem making that weight. Garcia's a lot bigger than him, and I think Garcia would handle him pretty easily.
All right, so now he did sign it's either 5 fights or 2.5 year, 5-fight, 2.5 year deal with Zuffa. Yeah. So the thing I was going to ask before he signed the 5-fight deal, like, what was Zuffa even paying for? Like, Dana White's in Miami. Like, because when I think Zuffa, I think the Apex or whatever. So he was just part of a Netflix card that you couldn't even tell like Zuffa had anything to do with it.
No, the representatives were there either.
So I don't get, like, what did they pay for exactly?
I have no idea. Yeah. I think they're just paid in contract, but I think Matchroom's there may be some legal action between Zuffa and Matchroom over the old situation. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
There's always legal action.
Of course.
It wouldn't be boxing without legal action.
Of course.
So who do you think he fights if he doesn't fight Garcia? I think he might. I still think he might fight Garcia because they're yapping at each other.
I don't think so. And I see him saying as well, he said they asked him and he said, yeah, I should fight Garcia next. And then he gave him an out. Said, I may not fight Garcia. And if that doesn't happen, I'll fight somebody else.
So Paulie Malignaggi had a great idea. You have to find the right acronym. But it should be, the PED fights, like power something. Power equals damage or something. Yeah. But they're like, who's gonna do drug testing on that one? So, all right. So there was a Netflix card. What did you think of? Because this was our first non-Jake Paul Netflix card that we watched because because Crawford versus Canelo we were at, so we really didn't get to watch that card. So what did you think? What did you think of the presentation?
It was okay.
Yeah,
it was okay. I didn't mind it. It was okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched the Crawford Canelo fight after on Netflix.
Yeah,
after,
but I didn't watch the whole thing. I just rewatched the fight.
Yeah. So, but I think he was okay. He was presented. Looks like he was presented pretty well. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought the fights, the two main fights, the Conor Benn fight and the Tyson Fury fight, they weren't very entertaining. So that took away from the event.
All right. So let's skip ahead to Tyson Fury, and then we'll talk about Justice Huni because that was a fight we actually like. I mean, Tyson Fury. I literally didn't even take notes for this fight. Normally, I'll take my little note. It was just a Tyson Fury fight. It was Tyson Fury doing Tyson Fury things.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked fine. He looked fine.
But Makhmudov, it didn't look fine. He looked really bad.
Right.
He looked really bad. And then Tyson Fury, I mean, this guy that any half decent heavyweight would have stopped in like 5-6 rounds at the most.
Yeah.
And he went the distance. So.
Makhmudov's like 42, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old. His technique's really bad. And,
right. And even in his last fight, he was like in
Dave Allen,
it was like Bulgaria. He actually wasn't doing that well, but then he kind of from out of nowhere he did his little thing.
Out.
Yeah. So Yeah, but and Tyson Fury, to his credit, he says he just wants Anthony Joshua, and they try to do some yapping. I mean, they have to make that fight, I think.
Well,
I mean, it's late, but...
people in Britain will watch it. It'll be a big fight over there. They'll make a lot of money over there. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it's 10 years too late, but, it's like the Mayweather Pacquiao fight.
Right.
And, in Britain, you had the Kell Brook Amir Khan fight, which was another thing way too late. So we'll see what happens with that.
But Tyson Fury says that's all he wants, and yeah. But on the undercard, we had Justice Huni versus Frazier Clarke. By the way, Tyson Fury wins unanimous decision. I don't know if I said that, but Justice Huni, Frazier Clarke, that's a good little fight.
Really good fight.
And Justice Huni, great, young prospect. He just got knocked out by Wardley at the last second after doing actually really well.
Winning the fight easily, and then he got caught. And in this fight, Frazier Clarke, who's been up and down, he actually lost to Wardley as well. They drew the first fight, and then the second fight, Wardley knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah.
But in this fight, he's changed, and he's gone over to Joe Gallagher as a trainer, and it's made a big difference. He looked really, really good.
He really did.
Yeah.
I don't think there were any losers in this fight. Justice Huni did win via majority decision, but Frazier Clarke looked great.
He looked in good shape. He was ripped and looked in really good shape, and I think the change of trainers has done him really good, and hopefully he can...
And not only that, I noticed he's 33 years old, but he has 9 fights.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got some miles on the odometer, you know?
And he's an Olympian as well, so he's got the pedigree to get there. So if he can stay in this shape and a couple more fights, he could be up there in the mix as well as Huni.
Yeah, I still like Huni versus Atoma.
Atoma, yeah.
I think Atoma wins, but I think that's a nice little fight.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah. So, all right. We have some kickboxing news. Actually, kickboxing drama. Apparently one thing now thinks it's an American boxing promotion now. Because they decided to sue their biggest star 2 weeks before he's about to fight in Japan in one of the biggest fights in a while, which we'll preview in a while. But so one sued Rotdang for breach of contract, defamation, blah, 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 blah.
Everything, yeah.
Rotdang at one point said, though, that they had forged his signature on documents.
Yeah.
And I love Rotdang says, I can't even read English. And I'm like, well, I'll bet you can read English with time to cash them checks. I'm like, what do you mean you don't read English? Stop.
He hangs out with Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly. So one thing that was very nice about us doing this a day late, the lawsuit's settled now. We're all friends again.
Oh, they're all friends again. The fight will go ahead. And I think after that, they're going to release him from the contract.
Exactly. Yeah. Rotdang becomes a free agent after this. So all's well that ends well. And I have to say, I don't know if the lawyers in the courts are corrupt or efficient or a little bit of both, but, De La Hoya and Virgil Ortiz Jr. is ongoing. They got this whole thing from beginning to end in 10 days. From lawsuits to...
Well, filing a lawsuit doesn't mean anything. Anybody could file a lawsuit. But I think there was really, if it went down to discovery and everything, I don't think there was anything really in the lawsuit.
Right.
I think they just wanted to keep him under contract, and it was a ploy that they had. But, thank goodness he worked out well.
Yeah, and they are fighting in Japan, too.
In Japan,
Because they're doing their own kickboxing thing.
One samurai.
Yeah.
So I talk about Oscar and Ortiz since you brought it up.
Yeah,
they've got a mediation in July 12th.
See, that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, this should be happening in 10 days.
But I think De La Hoya's got better lawyers.
Okay. And I think when this is all done, Ortiz ends up with Oscar, and that's.
There's no way you can get out of the contract. So.
All right. Well, that is. Kind of a quick hitter. We got a couple of quick hitters here. We're going to run through some topics super, super quick, and these are mostly boxing related, but Thurman versus Fundora, 38,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah. I was surprised it was that many.
And I was about to say, I can't believe it was 38,000.
Yeah.
I don't think pay-per-view's dead, but,
it's pretty much dead.
Yeah. This $80 for this BS, that's done.
No, before when pay-per-view was on, it was it's a Mike Tyson fight, and it was a big fight, and everything else was on HBO and Showtime.
Right.
Then you'd pay the pay-per-view because you knew probably 4 times a year you'd get a pay-per-view fight, and it would be a massive fight that everybody wanted to see, and that had all the publicity behind it. But Fundora Thurman wasn't that.
Well, in the Pacquiao Mayweather era, which we're going to get to in a second, that's when kind of everything if you had a name, became a pay-per-view fight. At least I could sort of get that. Neither Thurman or Fundora is like a name like that.
They're not a name, you know.
Yeah.
You talk to anybody that doesn't follow boxing, they don't know who either one of them are.
Back in the days, that's a Showtime Saturday night fight.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. So, all right. And then moving on, speaking of
Well, I wonder what PBC will do now regarding these pay-per-views, because they try to put them all on pay-per-view, regardless of how small a fight it is.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still watch. I won't pay.
Yeah.
So you can check our, 2 podcasts ago, we talked all about that.
Yeah.
Pacquiao taking over Mayweather's gym in Hollywood. Well, what level of pettiness are we calling this?
I love this. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather bought a gym in Beverly Hills. Is it?
Or Hollywood. I think it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I think at the time it was kind of like an open gym. He's going to turn it into like a boxing gym, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mayweather wasn't paying the staff and wasn't paying any bills there, so they were going to close down the gym. So Pacquiao swooped in and bought the gym. So I think it's great.
Oh my god! And I love it. And apparently their fight is on, and it's going to be a real fight.
A real fight, yeah.
So I heard the boxing scene guys talking about it, and talking about Mayweather doing his little thing, and I respect all their opinions, but I gotta, I guess, respectfully disagree. They think it's kind of Mayweather playing 4D chess and what do you call it? Promoting the fight. No.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because Mayweather took an advance as well from Netflix.
Yeah.
And when he signed the contract, so he needs the money for a real fight. So there's nothing he could have done to pull out. He had to go ahead.
I
with
think
it.
he was trying to work in an exhibition, and you like it's when he was talking about he bought $500 million worth of units in Manhattan. It was an easily disproven thing.
Yeah.
He just says stuff for some reason. I don't know, but so no, I don't think he was playing 4D chess.
No, we need to get out. And he's getting sued by some aviation company for private flights and stuff.
He's getting sued by a lot of people.
Yeah.
But his problem is the IRS right now because they're coming after him for back taxes. Yeah,
$7 million was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ask Joe Louis. Doesn't matter who you are, they're going to come get their money.
Taxes, yeah.
All right, Zuffa Boxing. Besides signing Benn, they also Edgar Berlanga, Richardson Hitchens, Berlanga.
Billum Smith.
Chris
Billum Smith.
Yeah. I think Berlanga's perfect for them anyway. I mean, that works. Don't you think?
I think so, yeah.
And by the way, what was the video you sent me? Berlanga saying that what you called cheated?
Oh, Shiraz cheated with got something in his gloves and stuff.
And like I said, that's what happens when you just baby a guy and feed him chumps. Like your fight before Shiraz was basically a Target store mannequin.
Yeah.
And now you fight a real fighter.
Real fighters, yeah. Well, we'll see what Zuffa does with him because he gets him a real fighter. He got there. Mind you, Hitchens is a good signing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But it's kind of the all of that's we're talking about Benn, Conor Benn, Berlanga, and Hitchens. Mm-hmm. They're managed by that guy Connolly.
By the same guy.
Yeah, the same guy. So it's kind of he's doing that deal with them. Apparently, that manager has a tough time getting on with other promoters. So we'll see how he goes with Zuffa because Dana White doesn't look like he stands for too much nonsense. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. All right. And then speaking of some Dana White related nonsense, Saudi Public Investment Fund, they may be quote unquote shifting their strategy. So basically they haven't really said anything about boxing, but live golf is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
The little flag football, that's dead.
Yeah.
So and obviously with stuff going on, the Saudis may not actually have access to a lot of money.
No.
So that probably will bleed over into boxing, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this a couple of podcasts ago, right?
Yeah.
About I think we were the first to break that this might have happened.
Yeah.
So, it looks like it's happening now. So we'll see what happens with the boxing.
Yeah. So Turkey Al Sheikh says slowdown is 100% untrue. So that basically is confirmation.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like. And then I'm going to let you handle this last one. Let's talk about your boy Daniel Kinahan because you are our what do you call it? Our UK reporter. You're our UK correspondent.
Well, if anybody doesn't know Daniel Kinahan, he was a guy that's on the FBI most wanted list. I think there's a $5 million reward for him.
Yes.
And he got heavily involved into boxing, and been associated with Tyson Fury, Carl Frampton. Even in UFC, he was advising Conor McGregor.
Wait. Are you suggesting that in some way there could be a criminal element involved in the great sport of boxing, sir?
Oh, man.
Is that what you're trying to imply?
I wouldn't imply such a thing. Never happened before.
How dare you?
This would be breaking news. Nothing like this has ever happened in the sport of boxing.
Oh, and what was he? What was he in trouble for?
Well, he's supposed to be like a big drug thing. They say allegedly he's one of the biggest cocaine dealers in the world. And but he started at MTK Global, and when he was managing a load of boxers, he had a gym in Marbella, Spain. First it was called MGM, and then I think MGM sent him a cease and desist saying you can't use that name. So they changed it to MTK, which is Mac the Knife. And then they were managing a load of fighters in England, and then he actually got to Bob Arum, Daniel Kinahan, and got to Arum to put on the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder fights.
Okay,
and,
that was Kinahan?
That was Kinahan, yeah.
Okay.
And apparently he took quite a bit of money from Bob Arum, like strong-armed him out of a few million as well at time. Again, Fury, the two first fights he had with him, and then he got involved with other stuff. He actually had a weigh-in at one of his fights in Ireland at the Regency Hotel.
Yeah,
the rival gang came to kill him. There's a big shootout. They killed his friend, but they didn't get him. He got away, and then he headed to Dubai, and they just arrested him in the UAE. So the Irish government, they're going to send him, but deport him back to Ireland, and they're going to bring charges from him in Ireland. And then he's also wanted in the US. And
Tyson Fury can't come to the US right now, am I right?
Yeah, anybody that was involved in that MTK thing, they're all banned from the US, including Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
You know, some reporters from the IFL and some of the trainers, they can't come here either. So
the United States government will not tolerate links to drug dealing, okay? All right. So... yeah, those are all our quick hitters.
So we'll see where this trial goes on, and we'll see what happens and see what comes out. But it could be some bad news for some people involved in boxing.
Oh, it might have to do some testifying, huh?
It looks like they were laundering stuff through boxing, so we'll see how it goes.
Once again, how dare you, sir?
I know.
Okay.
Allegedly.
All right. Well, we got some previews because we are, 10 days away, 2 weeks away from, maybe, not maybe, I'm going to say the single biggest boxing match in the history of Japan. May 2nd, 2026, Tokyo Dome. We got Naoya Inoue versus Juno Nakatani. And I didn't realize they're both 32-0.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. Inoue, 27 KOs. Nakatani looks like 24 KOs. And so Inoue has not really been KOing people. He KO'd Ramon. They both fought 3 times in 2025, which is interesting. That's, to be that busy in a single year.
Didn't Inoue fight 4 times?
It might have been 4, but I just looked at his last 3. Yeah. He KO'd Ramon Cardenas, had a unanimous decision over Muradin Akhmadaliev, and then unanimous decision over David Picasso. But the Picasso thing deserves a little asterisk because Inoue beat the crap out of Picasso. I don't know how Picasso survived that. So
Picasso looked like the Picasso after the fight.
Exactly. Let's see, Nakatani's last 3 fights, Tasana Salapat, Ryusuke Nishida, and Sebastian Hernandez. So, I mean...
the last fight, Nakatani moving up in weight, trying to getting ready for this fight, and he didn't look too good. So I'm not sure he's going to handle the weight. I mean, they both started off at lighter weights. I mean, but
Nakatani's physically bigger, is he not?
He's probably physically bigger.
He's a little bigger dude, yeah.
But Inoue's been at this weight class a lot longer.
And also, Inoue's been in bigger fights before.
Yeah.
Also, Nakatani had the KO in front of me that I missed in Las Vegas. I forget. Never forget myself for that. KO of the year candidate right in front of me, and I missed it. But I don't know. So give me your your preview.
I think Inoue's going to win, but I think it'll be a good fight. Nakatani can't count him out. I'd say because of the moving up in weight, I think Nakatani will have a harder time and handling Inoue at this weight. So but we'll see.
I got Inoue as well, just because. I mean, I love Nakatani. If he's not in my pound for pound, he's like right outside. But just Inoue is just special, And he's only 33. He's still got stuff left, and he's just special. And I just think he's a slight cut above. I think Inoue maybe by a late stoppage. I'm talking like 10th or 11th round.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I got that too. Inoue probably late or on points.
Yeah. If Nakatani could win, what would Nakatani's path to victory be, do you think?
Well, I think he's rangier. I think he'd have to use his reach and move well. But in a way, he gets in the net really, really well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And really quickly. So he'll probably have a hard time implementing that style with Inoue.
And we'll say, Inoue does have defensive lapses.
He gets caught.
He gets caught, and if you get caught by Nakatani, now it's a problem.
Yeah, he can punch.
Yeah, so really looking forward to it. I believe ring walks will be 5 a.m. our time.
Yeah,
if I'm getting that right.
Yeah.
So we'll have to
get
figure
up
that out. Yeah. Well, normally though, you got to get up at 3 a.m. or something to watch Inoue. But so 5 a.m. is kind of
not that bad.
It's kind of doable
On a Saturday morning. It's not that bad.
Yeah, and that same day, later that night, David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez. I had to look at Zurdo's last fights because I don't remember any of them. I guess one was Chris Billum-Smith, which we covered.
Yeah.
Arsen Goulamarian and Eunelio Dorticos. I don't remember any of his fights. I mean, I've seen them all, but I just don't remember. He has not been impressing me lately.
No. Especially at cruiserweight. When he's at 168, he probably looks a little bit better. At cruiserweight, he's pretty...
I think both these guys kind of are the same fighter in that they used to be at 168, and they were way too big for 168.
Yeah.
I think light heavyweight is best for both those guys.
It is, yeah.
Which is what, 175-ish or whatever. Yeah.
But we'll see.
But this is a cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight,
Yeah.
So.
Benavidez' last 3 fights, we were at the Morrell fight, Alexander Vodzdik, and then Anthony Yard. He just absolutely schooled him. I mean, he just keeps looking better and better.
Yeah, he's too good. Benavidez is really good.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to go with the late round stoppage again. And
me too. I think it's Benavidez all day long on this one.
Yeah, and so looks like Benavidez 31-0, 25 KOs. Zurdo's 48-1 and with 30 KOs, and his only loss was to
Canelo.
Was it Canelo?
Was it Canelo at 168?
No, I don't think Zurdo fought at 160. I thought Zurdo lost to what you call it? Light heavyweight. Why am I? The freaking Russian dude. The Russian dude who beat Canelo.
Oh, Bivol?
Yeah, didn't he lose? Didn't he lose to Bivol?
I don't think so. I think it was. You could be right.
Canelo. I believe he lost. I believe his only loss is to Bivol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They had like a fight at light heavyweight. Yeah. So we will check, but I'm pretty sure. That's his one loss. But anyway, this is Benavidez moving up to cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And it's for the WBA and WBO cruiserweight titles. Geez, what's going on with the IBF? I forget. So, assuming Benavidez wins or whoever wins, what do you think about them against Jai if they allow that to happen?
I think they're both too small for Jai.
I agree. Yeah. Like I said, 175 works for them. And I'd like to see Benavidez versus Bivol.
Yeah.
Or Better Biev. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's the same day, and then April 29th, so a few days earlier, on a Wednesday, the aforementioned Ratang versus Takaru 2. The last fight lasted all of 20 seconds. That was almost a fluke.
Yeah, it was.
Ratang just knocked him out. Like, I don't know. And this is going to be supposedly this Takaru's last fight, no matter what. This is goodbye.
Okay. Oh, so he's got one foot out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be in Japan and whatever. And Takaru looked really good in his last fight.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So I looked at the records and I go, man, Takaru, 45-5. That's 50 fights. That's wow.
He's up there. That's for his last fight.
Yeah. Ratang, 274, 43 and 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And a little bit more experience.
So what are you thinking about this one?
Ratang again.
Yeah. I think it lasts a little longer, though.
Yeah,
I think it would last longer than 20 seconds. I think this feels more decision-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like, because in Japan, I think it's going to be a little more competitive, but we'll see.
Yeah. So, yeah. and we'll be watching the samurai fight. We probably have to pay for it, but we'll probably watch that one.
I'll definitely watch that.
But yeah, it's a Wednesday, and I think what they're trying not to compete against because it's in Japan.
Yeah.
They're smart.
The Inoue fight?
They don't want to compete with Inoue and
Nakatani.
Yeah.
There's
actually,
no way they could compete.
Yeah,
with
actually, technically, chronologically, we should have previewed this one first.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah, all right. So we'll have all that. That'll all be on the next show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we'll be, yeah. Okay.
And seems like Vegas is off. Right? I don't think we're going to make it out.
I heard the fight's not selling well either.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Benavidez, Zerto, I thought Benavidez was bringing a lot of people, but...
Well, especially on Cinco de Mayo weekend. But I don't know. Vegas is going through some stuff. Just Vegas as a place is going through some stuff, too. But
yeah.
All right, well, I have my little DAZN package, so I already got it already. So, all right, we got some fights to review now, and we're going all the way back to April 11th. And if ever there was a fight that is in our wheelhouse, it is Tenshin Nasukawa versus Juan Francisco Estrada, because Tenshin Nasukawa, former kickboxer, turned boxer.
He's doing well in boxing too.
And I gotta confess, I really don't remember Nasukawa as a kickboxer, but I do know him, as a boxer. Heck of a fight. Estrada, known for beating Chocolatito, and probably got kind of got a few miles on the odometer.
He's over the hill a little bit, yeah.
And it ends up with a corner stoppage. Looked like he had an arm injury or something.
Yeah.
But Nasukawa was in control.
It's kind of funny when he landed a body shot, knocked him down. They said it was the clash of heads, and they didn't count it. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it was. I have it as ruled correctly as a clash, but there was like a timeout, and in the Estrada definitely started to fade. And Nasukawa. By the way, I love the British term "going through the gears." I love what you guys say. So Nasukawa was definitely going through the gears.
Oh yeah, he definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep it going, Nasukawa, man.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
In Britain, a lot of people still drive manual stick shift cars. So you're gonna have. That's why you get the term more than you would in the US.
But I just love that term. And that's such a British term. Just like a cracker. We're gonna have a cracker. Well, speaking of British, we had Ben Whitaker versus Brian Suarez, and whether we link to the whole fight or just the highlights, you see the fun. It's the same thing. First round destruction,
annihilation. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think? He needs some competition, does he not?
Yeah, I thought this guy would give him some competition. Actually, this guy's been in with a couple of good guys, but he just went through him pretty easily.
Yeah, it was just one overhand right, and I liked he ducked under a punch and started dancing around. He's really proud of himself. But so we got to get Whitaker. Something, man.
I think now he's training with Andy Lee as well. I think he's going to be a little more formidable.
Mm-hmm. So can you think of anyone off? Because he's welterweight, right?
No, he's light heavy.
Light heavy.
Yeah. So I think he could fight in England. He could fight Anthony Yard, Boazzi, or Callum Smith, one of those guys. So you can see exactly where he is before he goes to world level.
Yeah. All right. But he does need to step up.
Well, the main event of this fight should have been Callum Smith versus Morale. But Callum Smith pulled out because he got hurt.
Right.
So they moved Ben up to the main event. But if Ben Whitaker, Morale challenged him, says, "Why don't you take Callum Smith's things? We'll fight you." But they said no, he's not ready for Morale yet. Wanted another couple of fights before that.
Well, it's probably smart, especially at the last minute. Yeah, because Morale's pretty good. Yeah. So I would actually agree with that. All right, well, so we're moving back to Muay Thai. We had a one fight night, and it was a pretty good thing. But we had Sam A versus El Jamari, and Sam A is what? How old is Sam A? He's 40.
He's 40.
Something. 40. Yeah. He's old. And the thing is, you look at his hairline. He looks old. Yeah. And El Jamari learned that you don't just drop your hands and dare a guy like Sam A to hit you.
No.
I kind of understand why. So Sam A via second round KO. I understand kind of Jamari was kind of hyping himself up, and I get that. But yeah, at that level, hype yourself up with your hands up, don't you think?
Yeah, but it kind of the combination that he got hit with by Sam A was spectacular. Yeah, because he was a head kick, a left hand, another head kick, and then he got waved in, and he landed another left hand.
And it was a head kick, I think, that finally
put him down. But then he got knocked down, on the way to before the final knockout.
Right, yeah.
He got put down himself. So he got caught with a really good left hook, actually.
Well, the left hook was when he like just completely just dropped his hand. I was like, what are you doing, dude? But hopefully it's a learning process for El Jamari, and then Sam A, it's his probably 400th fight or whatever. Oh my God. Yeah. It's funny, all right.
But it's a very entertaining fight.
It really was. And that was like the main event, too. Yeah. So, and then we had one Friday Night Fights 150. Luckily, we didn't 151, God, because we're covering so much. But there were so many fights that were like good on the one Friday Night Fights 150.
150, yeah.
But I went ahead and picked out what Bartek it's a Polish guy. Bartek Pazik versus Nasib Hamid. And Hamid, third round KO.
It's a bit of a war, this one. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
They went at it.
Yeah. But I thought Hamid was just so smooth. He was
very relaxed, right?
Was he Swiss or no? He was. I forget where he's from. I should have wrote it down, but he was really smooth. A lot of effective leg kicks, and he dropped. I'm just gonna say Bartek.
Yeah,
it's Pajik, but Bartek with a leg kick, and man, and Bartek even switched stances.
Yeah, he got his leg was completely hurt. He had to change up a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
He still was fighting through it pretty good though, and he landed some big punches. But end of the day, he just couldn't do enough. He didn't have any legs under him, and
and then one more we have to talk about, and we were almost like, okay, we got too much, but then RWS was on April 18th. Once again, in between ads for nicotine pouches, unskippable ads for nicotine pouches, we had some amazing freaking fights and some good knockouts, but you have to go to the main event. When this was there's actually supposed to be 3 super fights, and this main event was supposed to be a super fight. Daniel Rodriguez versus Hercules, great name by the way, Hercules, but it looked like a sparring session.
It did, yeah.
Daniel Rodriguez, and
he's slick.
And he was trying. I want to make sure he was definitely, but it was like he wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
He was just so nonchalant and relaxed. And I don't want to make it sound like he was being lazy. He was not being lazy. It was just so smooth, everything relaxed. He early on, he's like hitting him in the arms on purpose. Yeah.
He's really, he's special, this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had, what's a Superlek in his corner, I think. Yeah, was it?
Yeah, but Superlek, yeah.
Yeah, he had someone in his corner. Yeah, exactly. And just my God, so he got him with an open and nasty cut, I want to say, in the third. By the fourth, he was just beating so fourth round KO. And that's the other thing. It was just such a relaxed performance. Like towards the end of the third round, Hercules starts and Hercules was trying too.
He's trying very hard.
Yeah, but like I said, it just looked like a sparring session.
Well, he got cut by the elbow. That was a nasty elbow. It's kind of like really nasty, and he got but it come down. He still kept trying, but you could tell.
But it was just slow pressure. It kept building and building, and wow. Yeah. So Daniel Rodriguez, and who is Swiss, I believe.
Yeah, Swiss. Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah. So,
he's tremendous fighter.
Yep.
He reminds me. Actually, style the way he fights reminds me of Ronnie Green when he fight.
You're
very similar. Looks. You're looking at him, you think it's the same guy.
Oh wow! So Ronnie Green used to be really relaxed that.
Relaxed, just like that. Same style, southpaw. Looked exactly the same.
All right. Well, next time Rodriguez fights, we're all over it.
Oh yeah.
And then once again, RWS, we want to do it every week, but we were not gonna do RWS this week because we had so much stuff. But it's like after this,
that fight was like
we had to, do it. All right, well that brings us to a Monday night episode. And once again, we want to thank all of you for bearing with us. And there's actually, by the way, there's more of you now, so welcome. I probably should have said welcome at the beginning, but great stuff.
Good, yeah. We got to cover some good fights, and because we did it on a Monday, we got the old Rod Tang story out there.
Yeah, we had closure.
Yeah.
Don't we all want closure? So we'll have a lot to cover on the next show, the super fights, and let's see. We won't make it out to Vegas. We might make it out to LA. Yes. That's what we're looking at doing.
Looking doing
little MMA action.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the LA, there's the show there. They Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, and then they got Nate Diaz. usually stands up all the time anyway, so he's a stand-up guy, really.
And also, what's his face?
And Ngannou.
Ngannou. So,
another guy that stands up as well. So
we shall see. Edge, do you have anything else?
No, that's it for today.
And covered a lot. Really happy about K-1. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow, and we appreciate all of you so much. And we are out.